Welcome to Germany. Welcome back to Germany. I'm Mingxuan.
And I'm Karina.
Yeah, today we are talking to my friend Karina. She is from Norway and she moved here for PhD for 5 years. And this is also why I know her and we continue our friendship until now. But now she's back in Norway, which is a little bit sad. Later, we will hear some story about how she survived in Germany. Then maybe Karina can start from introduce yourself a little bit. Like where in Norway are you from?
Yes. Hi, everybody. And thank you, Mingxuan, for inviting me to your podcast. I'm from the west of Norway, from a very, very small town. And before I moved to Germany, I was living in Bergen, in west of Norway. Recently, I moved back to Norway, but now I live in Oslo for since last year.
And what's the difference between Oslo and Bergen?
First of all, the weather. In Bergen, it rains a lot. In Oslo, the weather is nicer. But I also think that the weather in Berlin is very nice. So
Yeah. Better than Oslo?
yeah, I would say Oslo, and judging on the last year, the
Yeah.
1 year I've lived in Oslo, the weather in Berlin and Oslo is quite similar. Very
Yeah,
sunny.
but cold.
Yeah, but Berlin is also cold.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so far you like Oslo.
Yeah, Oslo is quite nice.
That's great. And let's talk about the history. Why did you choose Germany to do your PhD?
It was a bit random for me. I was I knew that I wanted to do a PhD. And so I applied for many different ones, and then I got this offer. But I was excited because I already lived a bit in France and I learned French. And then I think it's very nice to learn a new language. And then so moving to Germany also meant that, or I thought I would learn German.
But you speak German.
Yeah, I speak German okay, but I feel like after 5 years, I should have
Yeah.
spoken it better than I do. But
No, because we were busy with our PhD.
that is very true. Yes.
Yeah. So don't blame on ourselves.
No, no, you're absolutely right, Mingxuan.
And now, why did you move back to Norway?
It was like a process, I think.
Like you feel now it's time to go home?
Yeah, I think so. In the beginning of my PhD, I always thought that I was tempted to maybe do like a second postdoc or in another country, which is this is a bit of the problem with academia, no? Like,
Yeah,
if you want to really have like the perfect career, you should really live in different
in
places
different place.
and
Yeah.
network a lot. But then at one point, I felt that I was just not, it just felt so overwhelming and tiring to move to a
Yes,
new place
I
again.
understand.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
why I decided to go back to Norway.
I think that's great. You decide for yourself, be a
Yeah.
happy life. And also you're still working in academia in Norway.
Yeah, I've been very lucky in that respect as well. I mean, Norway is quite small now. I think it's not easy, but it's relatively easy when you're especially in a small field like ours to kind of have contact in Norway.
So in Norway, networking is more important.
I don't know if it's more important, it's just maybe easier since we're not that many. Like
So
yeah.
everyone knows each other.
Yeah, or know of each other, then maybe, yeah.
And it sounds like it's easier to get the collaboration because everyone aware of what some people doing.
Yeah, that's at least that's been my experience. I think maybe this depends a lot on each field, but yeah, in my experience, it's been also I feel like moving back to Norway, everyone was very like understanding that I wanted to
Yeah.
move back, so they were kind of like, "Yes, come, come."
And also like your friends or family, they will think like finally Karina is back.
Yeah. Yes.
She finished her adventure.
And then move back to safe and normal Norway. Yeah, that's what they all said.
I can imagine. I guess if I move back to Taiwan, my family and friend will also say the same.
Yeah. Finally, she came to her senses. No.
But not yet.
No.
Okay, then I will ask the typical question I ask every guest. What was your first impression or culture shock you faced in Germany?
This is a good question. I think Norway and Germany is very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Has a lot of similarities, but I think I expected maybe Norway and Germany to be more similar than it was.
Yeah.
I remember expecting that German would be more similar to Norwegian. So I thought I
Mm-hmm.
would understand more because when you read, you can kind of understand many of the words.
Yeah.
But then when I was listening, I didn't understand anything. And everyone assumed that I could speak German, especially when I was hanging out with other non-Germans. They always assumed that
Yeah.
I was the one speaking German, and I was always like,
Like
no.
me. I
Yeah.
always expect Karina can speak German.
And then my other culture shocks were kind of like people in Germany are very, very strict, no? And very like
Yeah.
into the rules.
Yes. But Norway is not.
I think less into the rules. I have this like very strong memory from like the beginning of my time in Germany. I was going to pick up a package
Yeah.
at the post office,
Yeah.
and then I didn't have my passport. And the lady was just like, no. And immediately just like, no, no discussion. And I was just like,
Why?
but I wanted to say like, but I have another ID. And she was just like, no,
Yeah.
leave, you know? And
Huh.
this was so
That's so,
shocking.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
so strict.
yeah. And it's really like these are the rules. Yeah,
No.
you take it or leave it. This was surprising to me.
Yeah. So German.
Yeah.
Do you have like a first impression in the good way? No.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Oh, no, of course. I mean, don't get me wrong. I really love Germany
Yeah.
and Berlin, no? Like kind of I think of course I sometimes I have to remember that Germany and Berlin is not necessarily the same, no? But
Yeah, I was
yeah.
going to ask. Berlin, I would say it's very different city in Germany, right? Because we also visit many city in Germany.
Yeah.
Every time it's like going abroad from like Germany.
Yeah. Yeah, Germany is so big and every region has their own typical things.
Yeah.
So, but before I moved to Germany, I'd only been to Berlin twice, only for a few days. So
Mm-hmm.
I had like very little expectations. I think the best part about Germany or like Berlin, sorry, is that it's so open. So like really this feeling that nobody cares
Yeah.
what you do, how you look. It's just like it's so freeing.
My first episode, I also mentioned this. I feel I can just be myself
Yeah.
and no one cares. And
Mm,
no one judge about your appearance.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
your behavior sometimes they judge.
Yeah, they can be strict. Also, I love that Germany is so big and has so much history and culture. I mean, you know me, I
Mm.
love history now. So it's kind of
Yes, always have a history guide in the trip.
yes. Every German town I've been to, I've taken a guided tour.
Really nice.
It's a very varied history in Germany, so that's
Yeah.
nice.
Then let's talk about the daily life in Berlin. And what's something you feel very different from the Norwegian daily life, like going to shopping or some other stuff in daily life?
Oh, this is a good question.
For example, I always so surprised, but like first few months, supermarket it's closed on Sunday. It's also the same in Norway.
Yeah, this is the same in Norway. I think in Norway we have a few like tiny stores that are open on
Yeah.
Sundays, while in Germany it's really like none, almost no, except for the Spätis, of course. This I'm quite used to already. I expected
Mm-hmm.
it. I remember I arrived on a Sunday, so we had
Yeah.
to buy like the basic food
Mm,
from a gas
Betty?
station.
Gas
Yeah,
station.
yeah, and a Späti. Yeah, we bought it from a Späti and a gas station. But that was not a shock to me. In daily life, this is also why it's so maybe comfortable to be a Norwegian in Germany, that it's like the daily life things are very similar. Like I said, I've also lived in France before. France is not that much more different, no,
Mm-hmm.
but still it's like you feel the difference every day. But in Germany, you don't really, for a Norwegian at least.
So Norwegian culture is more similar to German one, but not the France one.
Yeah, like more similar to German than
French.
French. Yeah.
I remember last time I visited in Norway, I was so surprised about the alcohol selling in Norway. Like after 8 or 10 p.m., it's closed.
Yeah, after
I-
8. Yeah, with these things, I had a lot of inverse culture shocks of going
Mhm.
back to Norway, like kind of how I would be like, if we were going somewhere, I would always like suggest like, oh, let's just grab a beer from the grocery store and drink it on the way. And everyone looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, no, obviously that's not possible. You can't get alcohol anymore. And I'm just like, yeah, that's true. I forgot. And
So you
so,
become a German, not a Norwegian anymore.
yeah, in these things I did, yeah.
And about drinking on the street is allowed in
Norway,
Norway?
no, it's not allowed. But it's not like you won't get arrested, I think.
Mm.
But you would rarely see people walk down the street with the
Mm-hmm.
beer in their hand, like you see a lot in Germany. And this was also, yeah, a bit of a surprise. Like it's very common in Germany, it seems, to just like grab a beer on
Yeah,
your way home from work and just
yeah.
like enjoy it on the S-Bahn. This would be frowned upon in Norway.
I see. So you have a culture shock back in Norway.
Yeah.
Then what's something you love about in Berlin, the life in Berlin? Like a
Mm,
freedom?
yeah, the freedom, the fact that it's so big, and the fact that kind of Berlin has very, like every neighborhood in Berlin is different now, and every neighborhood has a soul, these like little nice things.
Hmm.
I mean, I also like this kind of, which I think is common in most countries except for Norway, but this like kind of like cafe culture that you just
Yeah.
like go and grab a coffee and you just sit there. In Norway, you don't do that so much because it's so
Ah,
expensive.
really?
Yeah. So it's like a
I,
luxury to do that, I feel like. But in Germany, you can do it all the time, and I really love that.
that I'm a bit shocked about this because I thought like people doing this more than in Germany. His people
Yeah.
there looks more chill than in Germany.
So no, I don't have that feeling. Like this was also a funny thing when I moved back to Norway now that I was
Hmm.
telling a friend that I would go to a cafe quite often just because I miss it so much, just like grabbing a coffee and just like enjoying it, like a really good barista coffee. But it's quite expensive, so I need to stop. And she was like, yeah, you do need to stop because it's like you can't
So
go to a
it's
cafe every second day. That's just like something rich people do.
really not common. So the people are not working in cafe.
No, not so much. Like I think like as a student we did it a bit, but you would like
Mm.
buy one coffee and then like sit there the whole day.
That's a shock for me. Okay, then what's something frustrates you when you were in Berlin?
This really like attachment to the rules.
Mm.
Or like it's not like there's nothing wrong with rules, right? A friend of mine said it very well. Like she lived in Italy before and she said like it's so nice that at least like if you
Yeah,
go and ask for the rules, it's the same rules every time.
yeah.
But I think it's also like there is no understanding that you don't know the rules.
Mm-hmm.
And this is so surprising to me. I feel like in most countries, if you say, but I didn't know the rules, people will be like, oh, well, now you
Oh,
know, and
okay.
kind of
Yeah,
like give you some slack. But in German, it's
yeah.
like you should know
You
the
should
rules.
know. I feel the same, but sometimes I feel even the rules there, but it's also depends on people.
Yeah, I agree. Also, someone said that a thing in Germany is that people are more, they're so afraid of breaking the rules. Like when
Yeah,
you ask someone at like an office or something, they're more afraid of saying something wrong. They end up saying like they would rather say no than say something wrong.
yeah, yeah,
And then it's always kind of like, but, and then,
yeah. But they don't accept your but.
yeah, exactly.
As we are talking about the daily life, so do you find it difficult to making friends here? Or you feel easier than in Norway?
Maybe the same. I would say again, this is something that Germans and Norwegians are very similar. Also
Mm-hmm.
on a social level, maybe. I think maybe this is also another thing that surprises me with Germans is that they don't like, of course, I'm generalizing, not every German
Mm-hmm.
is the
Yeah.
same, but
Mm-hmm.
many Germans they don't like to share about their personal life. Like you
Yeah.
kind of you get to know them up to a certain point, and then they're like, no more information for you.
Yeah.
Uh, while in Norway, I think we share more. about our
Oh,
personal
really?
life. But other than that, I think like we're equally unsocial, you know?
So it's like sometimes if you hear your neighbor coming out from the door, you will wait for a bit.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, yeah.
Me too,
Or like,
actually. So I guess it's a personality, not the culture.
maybe, yeah. Maybe we're just really unsocial.
But I think in general, people in northern country like Norway or Sweden, they have more distance.
Yeah, I think so. When it's more like used to protecting your own things.
And but you still sharing your personal life.
Yeah, I guess. Doesn't
Mm.
really make sense. Maybe it's just me that I don't like socializing, but I overshare.
No. But do you find it difficult in Germany? Because somehow sharing your personal life is the making friends, is the process. But
Yeah.
it's
I mean, maybe it's not so much about difficulty in making friends, but more like kind of sometimes it's difficult to know what is okay to say, you know, like
yeah.
in
Mhm.
every setting, like kind of
Yeah, I feel the same.
yeah. Also with the humor, I
Yeah.
think that
Yes.
that's the biggest, maybe the biggest problem with, but I guess that's with every country, no? Like every country has different types of humor. And I
Yeah.
think in Norway we are very ironic
Hmm.
and sarcastic.
Yeah.
And so, and in Germany, that's not really a thing, no? And kind
Yeah.
of, I have had some
Sometimes
problems, yeah, where I
it's
kind of make a joke and you can tell the Germans in the room, they're like, this is
like awkward.
unacceptable. And you're just like, oof,
That's just a culture difference.
yeah,
Because our working place is very international. Do you
yeah.
think the German in our workplace is more open mind?
I think it depends on the person,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. I think that it depends a
Yeah.
lot on the person. I also think that, and I see this now that I'm working in Norway too, that it's kind of it's not always about socializing, but it's like if you're
Mm-hmm.
in a group where half the group is international and the other half is German, like the international group tend to be more seeking for friends, no, because they're new there, while
Yeah.
the local, the Germans, they're like they maybe they already have friends, so they don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not that they don't want to be your friend, it's just that they don't have the
They don't
time,
have.
you know.
Yeah. 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 Agree. I
Uh,
kind of understand. Yeah.
yeah,
In your work now, the people are more international or?
yeah. There's a lot of Germans where I work now. So I feel like I'm still in Germany in a bit.
Yeah, then maybe you feel the different working culture in Germany and in Norway.
Yeah, I think, I mean, again, we are working in academia now, so it's a bit
Yeah.
different. But in Norway, like your free time is very important. I think in Germany they try to
Mm,
introduce this like work-life balance, but you can tell it's like it's a work in progress, you know? It's kind of like you should have, I feel like our working place in Germany at least was very like they wanted to introduce work-life balance and encourage
yeah.
people to take more time off, but it wasn't always working.
Yeah. But in Norway,
In Norway, this is the norm. Like you don't
wow.
don't work in the evening. Like my office is completely empty at 4.
Wow. I want
Um,
to move to Norway.
come, come.
So how many working hour per day in Norway?
In Norway now it's summer, so it's 7 hours per day, and then in
Mm-hmm.
winter it's 8 hours per day. Or if you don't have that kind of system, you work 7.5 hours per day,
Mm.
and it includes lunch usually. So
Ah, that's so nice. And how about the personal vacation day? How many do you have?
like there we have less than Germany. So in Germany, there's 6 weeks of vacation,
Yeah.
which is very nice. I think in Germany they like to like work hard while working and then
Yeah,
vacation
longer.
hard when
Mhm.
vacation. Yeah, we only have 5 weeks, which is tough. It's tough to use 1 week of vacation.
But they are all more than in Taiwan.
True. Yeah, that is a good point.
I already talk a lot of like a cultural difference with many people, like Eastern and Western. I feel culture shocks are very different. And how about like during the work? Is there any hierarchy in Norway?
I feel like it's much less than Germany,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I remember when I got the position in Germany, I was worried that it was going to be this hierarchy. And I even asked my master professor, I asked, is this going to be a problem? Because that's very stressful, no? But then he said in academia, I think this depends on the field as well. In our working place, it wasn't that strong of a hierarchy.
Yeah, I think
But
so.
yeah, and in Norway, I think it's less. Also, it's funny how in Germany, they're very into their title, no?
Yeah.
So when you finally get your PhD, you can use your doctor title everywhere.
How about in Norway?
But in Norway, it's like I would never tell people I even have a doctorate because they would like think I'm bragging, no? So it's very sad I recommend everyone to stay a bit in Norway in Germany, I mean, after finishing their PhD so they can use their title everywhere.
They can feel, yeah. And what about the meeting style?
I think it's the same. I think it's quite similar how we
communicate.
Yeah.
Do you have any awkward situation caused by the misunderstanding of culture when you were in Germany?
Yeah, I think a few with this, like I mentioned already, that I say a joke and then someone in Germany they
Get
don't
the joke.
understand. Yeah, they don't understand it's a joke. So you kind of I had this like really weird situation in the beginning of when I first moved to Germany that I said a joke and then the other person responded very badly to it, but I thought he was joking. So I continued the joke because I thought he was pretending to be insulted. And it took like a while before I realized, no, he's really insulted by the really silly joke. Like to me, it was so obviously a joke, but then like kind of didn't help that I continued, because I thought he was.
That's so awkward.
Yeah, it was very awkward. Yeah, so that was the worst. And then also, this thing that some people will yell at you at the street if you do something wrong. This is also, to me, very awkward because I'm always like so surprised.
I
Like,
remember you mentioned once there was a Oma Polizei
yeah,
looking at you when you were doing the recycle.
yeah, yeah. I was taking out the trash and she was shouting from the window. So she was living in the same building as me. So she was like, open the window and called down to me to explain to me that I was doing it wrong. And because I was throwing away bio trash and then
With the bag?
Yeah, with the bio plastic bag, which I thought in Norway you can use that with the bio trash. It's bioplastic, and I was like so proud to show her my bioplastic. But she was like, no, no. And then later on, I realized that even on the trash box, it said only paper. And then later, she stopped me in the hallway to explain to me that I've not been compacting the paper, the cardboards well enough. So she was really looking at me every time I threw away my trash.
She look at the trash can all day long.
Yeah. So then after that, every time I threw something in the trash, I always looked up to her window. So this was a shock to me.
I can imagine you always have to watch out. Where's
Yeah.
the Oma? And which is really common happening in Germany.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why they have a term for it, like Uma, Upa,
Yeah,
Polizei.
yeah. And because you mentioned you have a reverse culture shock back in Norway, right? Do you
Yeah.
feel after living in Germany, you've changed the way you see yourself?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think I used to care more about how I look. Like whenever I lived in a new place, I always tried to like adjust my outfits to where I was. And then I honestly thought I was going to do that when I moved back to Oslo because I feel like in Oslo people they dress quite fancy. But I couldn't care.
Because you live in Berlin for 5 years.
Yeah. And I think like even like friends have said like, whoa, you dress like because
German?
like or in Germany, in Berlin at least you don't dress up, no? You wear this like well at least I wear this like old jackets and so on. And someone was saying here and also they were like, whoa, you dress like a bum, And I was just like, it's the Berlin style.
But you don't care what they
No,
say.
no, I don't. Yeah. So this is kind of different, maybe that I don't care so much about fitting in.
I think that's a good
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Good
I guess
change.
it is. Yeah.
Just be yourself.
And I dare to go to the cafe once a week at least.
Still, once a week. Not every day.
No. That would ruin
Too
my
expensive.
moment. Yeah.
Has this experience changed what you want for your future?
I feel like, no, I think that before I moved to Berlin, it was always like thinking when you live abroad, because Norway is kind of like isolated in the north of Europe now, and it's
Mm-hmm.
difficult to get everywhere. And then in
Mm-hmm.
Berlin, you can really, it's in the middle of Europe, so you can get everywhere. In the end, I think this is the case for both of us. We live like most days are just everyday life, no?
Yeah.
So I think that that's also the case. I'm not so anxious to kind of like get out and see the world
Mm-hmm.
anymore because I know that even when you're in the world, you kind of sit
Yeah.
home a lot.
What will you say which part is your big change? Personality? Did you change? No.
No, my title, no.
Title. Yeah, our title completely changed.
Since this is a German podcast, I can brag about it.
We
No.
are doctor. We have to mention we are doctor.
Yeah, yeah. That's how I should have introduced myself. I should have said like,
Yeah,
"Hello, I'm Dr. Karina." No.
we can redo it.
No. I'm so embarrassed now. Maybe I just like more, I think this is more about like we just said that kind of when you move to a new place,
Hmm.
you're so like eager to meet new people
Yes. Hmm.
and see new things. And now I feel like kind of I've done that. So
Hmm. Yeah,
it's
I
like
understand.
I'm very happy to have new friends and meet new people, but it's also like important to me to keep my old friendships, like keeping
Yes,
talk contact with you.
I think now I'm the same because we are aging.
Yeah, and it's probably an age thing as well. I just feel like it's better to have like a few really good friends
Yeah, me
than a
too.
lot of random friends in a way. At least for me at this point of my life.
Yeah. Friendship is like a quality more than quantity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think I finished all my questions so far, I guess.
It's a lot
We
of
had
good questions.
some questions are very deep, I would say.
Yeah.
Too deep sometimes.
I've never thought about this, how I've changed. No? So this really
Because
made me think.
this question I always ask myself, because I feel really different when I was in Taiwan and now it's different. Yeah. So I'm always curious if others feel the same. Then the last part about the advice to some other Norwegian who want to move to Germany for work or something or experience their new life. What will you give them?
But my main advice would be go. Please go. I think that in Norway, we think that the salary is very high in Norway and low in all
Mm,
other countries.
mm,
It's true. It's true that my salary in Germany is lower than in Norway, but also things are cheaper in Germany. So
yeah,
it doesn't necessarily it has to be you don't really go down in salary, no.
yeah.
I would recommend all Norwegians to move to Germany because it's very nice to be Norwegian in Germany. It's almost too nice, you know.
So
Like,
is there the community in Berlin, like a Norwegian community?
yeah, I think in Berlin there's a lot of Norwegians,
Oh,
but I think also that there's this like which is not nice actually, but it's this weird. I think you have like Norwegian privilege when you live in
mm-hmm.
Germany. I can tell that Germans are very like positively, they have a positive attitude to Norwegians. And,
Yeah,
there's been
I
some
feel,
times when I've
yeah.
been like, when I've gone on all these historical guided tours
Mm-hmm.
and people's been like, ah, you are a foreigner, you don't speak proper German, and it stresses out the
Mm-hmm.
guides, probably because not because they're racist, but because they know that then you have to like explain things more. So
Mm-hmm.
they're kind of like, ugh. And then when you say, oh, I'm from Norway, they just like light up and they're just like,
Yeah, they're so
oh, I
happy. Yeah.
love Norway. And you're just like, it's a bit, it's weird because it's not like I've done
Uh,
something to deserve this.
I feel the feeling you have is like in Taiwan, people do this to the Western people, no matter where. Like white people, and they are doing this the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, or at least that's my experience. And I find it a bit, I mean, it makes life quite easy. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm telling, if there are any Norwegians listening, I
Mm-hmm.
recommend to go to Germany because life is nice. But I'm also saying that it's weird. I don't deserve this privilege, And Germany has so much to offer, so much
Yes.
culture, so much history, if you like that.
Mhm. Like
But
you, you like that.
but also like you had this other episode where you talk about sport, and it's
Yeah.
true that they for a lot. You can do any sport or you can do any activity. I've been complaining a lot in this episode, but I love Germany. I miss it every day.
I think Germany, I mean, not Germany, Berlin. Berlin is open to everyone. But you have to find your own way to survive here.
Yeah. You have to find your thing.
You can always find your things.
Yeah.
Yeah, then that's end this episode. Thank you so much to Karina for sharing your experience in Berlin. Then hope you have bright future in Norway.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. It was very nice to talk to you.
Thanks for the audience for listening to the Hard Germany. Then see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.